one after another, and we had a great time. I've never done this stuff before. Am I doing a good job? And I'll tell you what, folks, you heard me the other night. I wasn't thinking even about you. I'm thinking about the miners all over this country. We're going to put the miners back to work. We're going to put And how about Hillary Clinton? I was watching her 3 or 4 weeks ago. See, I'm going to put the miners back to work, and she said, I'm going to put the miners and the mines out of business. And then she comes over, and she tried to explain her statement. That's a tough one to explain, would you say? I watched her sitting at the table with a very good group of people. And one of the miners in particular, he was not exactly happy with this group. Who is the stand-up? You're all standing up. I'll tell you what, folks. You're amazing people. And we're going to take care of a lot of years of horrible abuse, okay? We're going to take, and you can count on it. You can count on it. 100%. 100%. And you knew that because I just had a poll. It's irrelevant now because that whole thing is, but I was like, I think it was the highest poll I've ever had. And there were 3 people. So I could have waited. Maybe they would have waited another week, I would have been happy. So I wasn't going to come today. They all said you don't have to come because, you know, the contest is over and you're the nominee of the Republican Party. Congratulations. They said, you're now the nominee, and you don't have to come to West Virginia. I said, well, let me ask you, do they know I'm coming? Yes. How many tickets have you sold? How many people? Well, we have 32,000, but the arena holds about 15,000. I said, does that mean the place is going to be packed? Yes. Does that mean people are standing outside right now next to loudspeakers? I said, you got more, as many as you have in here, you have more outside. Location is better. Do we agree, right? So I said, so wait a minute, you have like 15,000 people in here, you have thousands outside, and we're going to notify the people of West Virginia that I'm not coming because I don't have to come. I've won all your delegates, I don't even have to do anything. There's no way I don't go to West Virginia. We're going to have fun. There's always been something about West Virginia. I'll tell you a little secret. I've always been fascinated by the mines. I always have. I don't know why. You know, I love construction. I love the whole thing. I can tell you more about Caterpillar tractors than the people that work there. I just know, I love that business. You know, I love construction and I'll tell you, I've just always been fascinated by the mines and the courage of the miners and the way the miners love what they do. They love what they do, you know? I was talking to some of the people and I said, well, why don't they move? Why don't they go someplace else? Of course, in this country, you can't really go anywhere else because you can't get a job. Because our jobs are going to everyone else but us. You know, we're sending our jobs to Mexico. China's taking our jobs. Japan. They're all taking our jobs. That's all going to change very rapidly, I promise. But the miners don't want to leave anyway. Is that right? You want to stay here. You want to open the mine. I see over here, Trump digs coal. Look at that. Trump digs coal. That's true. That's true. I do. So I've always been fascinated by it. I've been fascinated by the whole sequence of doing it. It's incredible, the engineering now that's involved in things like this. And I will tell you, the place went crazy. So, about a month and a half before, I was 10 points down. And then I went once, without Bobby, just went. We had tremendous receptivity. And by the time, just for one day, and I left,
shaky there for a
They're
second.
not on the street, but they were really, well, some of them weren't so well, but for the most part, bad
Is
guys.
it recording?
One of them was Carlton Road. They came to my office, they asked me for $1 million. I said, I'm not interested. And then they advertised it. It's called Welcome to the World of Volunteers. So I'm looking at one ad after another, and I said to my people, there's no way we can do it. They spent $9 million or so. They had thousands of these ads in Indiana. I called my people, I said, there's no way. I just watched the program, and at intermission, they had 4 ads, all negative ads. I'm like, I said, no, you know what? I said, let's see. And we won Indiana in a landslide. It was amazing. And Bobby and all the guys, they were incredible. That endorsement was an amazing endorsement because he's revered in Indiana. And outside of Indiana, they know who Bobby Knight is because he's generally speaking beat your basketball teams. You know, it's one of those things. So that was great. And then a couple of weeks before that, I won New York in a landslide. And New York is good. Won everything. And the nice part about New York is they know me well. And the same thing with the ads. Negative ads, negative ads. You know that thing, never Trump. You know why it's never Trump? Because I'm going to stop the grading train for all these consultants. Never Trump. By the way, a lot of these never Trumps are going up. Mr. Trump, I admire you greatly, sir. We'd love to join the campaign. I said, didn't you do a horrible ad 2 weeks ago? I wanted you on a show where you said horrible things. I said, how do you pivot from that to saying you think I'm a wonderful person? He said, no problem, sir. You know what? Politicians, they can do that. I have a hard time with it. They can do it. So now it's really caught on and everyone's happy. And then we had, as you know, 2 weeks ago, we had 5. We had Maryland, which was unbelievable. All victories by landslides. We had Maryland, Pennsylvania, where the miners are there, and the miners there are just absolutely, they're dying for work. They're dying for work. They're great people. They're great people. I don't know if they're as good as the West Virginia miners. They're damn good, but they're great people. And I was in Pittsburgh, and I was around Pennsylvania, so we won Pennsylvania. And we really affectionately call her Crooked Hillary, right? And, you know, how long I said they were in the room? About like 20 seconds. That's how long we took. But I'd like to ask you a couple of the guys to come up, because they're fantastic people. And I'd like to have Chris come up, and Bill Rainey, and Chris, or I guess Chris is going to represent Bill. Bill's back there. He's getting up on the stage. It's not so easy for him right now. But Chris, come on up if you would, please. Thank you very much. I love you. Yeah, come here and get on board. It's probably a hat, or it's probably a hard hat. I like hard hats. Let's see if it's a hard hat. It's a hard hat. Thank you. Mr. President, on behalf
Yeah.
of coal miners in the world, who mine the cleanest, safest, the most environmentally sound
The cleanest, safest, and most environmentally sound mines. So when does it go live?
that are either taken care of by the contributors and donors, or they're stupid. It's very simple. Or they're stupid. Or they have no common sense. They're incompetent. But I think they're not incompetent. I think they're much smarter. A friend of mine the other day, so the other was a smart guy, very smart, very successful. He said, Donald, how stupid are the politicians? I said, they're not stupid, they're smart. They took care of one of their donors by allowing this particular deal to happen. He said, what do you mean? I said, do you think anyone would allow a thing like that to happen? And they took care of their donors. And you're looking like the Clintons with the foundation. It's a disgusting situation. Okay? Hey, you know what? I gave money to the foundation. I mean, you know, maybe they'll use it properly. I didn't know they were going to use it to fly around with private jets. Okay? A lot of people gave money to the foundation, but some of the money given, I mean, you say, look, what was given for the money? The whole thing is a scam. Our whole system, let me tell you, our system is broken. It's badly broken. And if we don't fix it, we're not going to have to. And Crooked Hillary, when you look at the emails, remember this. Bernie Sanders, and I'm no fan of Bernie Sanders, although he does have one thing right. He knows we're being ripped off on Twitter. That's one thing he is right about. Now, he can't do anything about it, so I don't know what he'll do. He has no plan for it, because he has no idea. But he knows one thing, he knows we're being ripped off on Twitter. I know we're being ripped off long before he did, and I know how to fix it. Okay? We'll fix it. But when you look at what's going on, and you know, a case when I left Indiana, big thing. And I've been talking about it for months. I think that helped. 3 or 4 months ago, I saw that 1,400 people were laid off by Carrier Air Conditioning. You know the story. They're laid off. They announced we're firing these people. Great people. They followed me all over the place in Indiana. Every place I went, I had Carrier people. I fell in love with them. They fell in love with me. It was like crazy. I said, where are my Carrier people, right? But they said, essentially, you're fired. You're fired! And no, the guy wasn't nice about it. He wasn't nice about it. And he looked like an upper, middle, manager guy. And they had a cell phone going. It was all over this. And without that cell phone, I wouldn't have let him know. It would go better. It would just be a little statistic like ITV and happen in the world. So carriers are going to move to Mexico, going to make their air conditioning units, which I buy a lot. I'm a carrier person, I'm a trainer person, you know, I buy a lot of different things. And they can sell them back to the country, no taxes, no nothing. So all we get is unemployment. That's all we get. All we get is the destruction of families and people's lives. We get nothing. Now believe me, I'm like a really smart guy, I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and you don't have to go to work, you don't have to go to work, you don't have to go to high school. We get nothing, and everybody in this room knows it. So, I watch these conservative people, and they don't like what I'm saying. They don't like what I'm saying because they want free trade. But free trade only works if we have smart people on our side and honest people on our side, and we don't have that. We're getting beat by every single country. Every single country in the world that has business with us beats us on trade. We're losing over $500 billion a year trade deficit with China. We're losing $58 billion a year with Mexico. Not going to happen anymore, okay? We're or Ford, or Nabisco, they're forced over the $2.5 billion plant. And that's $2.5 billion. You know what that does to Michigan? You know what that does to the automobile industry? And now, it was 2 years ago, now, it's working out for them. Nobody talked to them from our country, said you can't do it. There have to be consequences when you do that. All those thousands and thousands of jobs. And it was announced 2 weeks ago that now they're doubling down, they're going to build it much bigger. You saw that, right? They're going to build it much bigger. What are we stupid people? So here's how you solve the problem. You solve the problem by informing any of these companies, but with used carriers, for example, that every single air conditioning unit that you make that comes across the border to be sold to the United States. And now the border is a strong border, not a weak border. It's a strong border. But every single air conditioning unit that you make that comes across the border, you're going to pay a 35% tax on it. Now, if you inform them before they leave, they're not leaving. Because boy, can that change those numbers around. And if they have that, or if they decide to leave anyway, which is possible, you know what's going to happen? We're going to make a lot of money for the country, okay? And everything. Why should Ford leave this country, go to Mexico, build cars, trucks, and parts in one of the biggest plants in the world, sell the cars, trucks, and parts to the United States, and leave all these places empty in Michigan and other places? Not going to happen anymore. When they sell a car, and that car crosses the border, you know, in the old days, they just had it driven in by the driver. Why not? Nobody stops it. Just take that car and drive it right over the border. What's happening with that is a disaster. Illegal. But why should Ford make these trucks, sell them to us, having let go of thousands and thousands of great workers? And why should they be able to sell them to them? Now, I'm a conservative, but the conservatives hate me for suggesting that you would dare tax somebody. I love you too. And I tell people, when I tell, and I want to do it myself so badly, but you know, they keep talking about presidential. It's not presidential. When the president calls up the head of their air conditioning company, but it's so much fun for me. I love this stuff. I don't take vacations. I'm not like Obama where he takes Air Force One to Hawaii, stays there for 2 weeks. He'll say, Mr. President, I'm going back. He'll then hire robbers, but they can't get to me. They'll hire a specialist, they can't get to me. Now, if it's Hillary, they'll hire the one that says Hillary on the card. They'll say, I am obvious that Hillary paid me millions of dollars. I'll take care of anything. I've given her millions of dollars. I'll take care of everything. So, what happens is they will call back the following day. I say, listen, don't talk to me. Just give me a yes or no. The next day they'll come back and they'll say, Mr. President, we're not leaving the United States. We are losing all of our jobs. And I'm not talking about mining jobs. I'm talking about every kind of job there is. You have a different predicament. And by the way, you know the one place where we're selling coal is China. So China can use the coal that we get. You explain that. China can use it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be the smart people. We're going to be the really smart people. We have rebuilt China. We have a country where the roads, the hospitals, the transportation, the Middle East, you go to China, you go to Japan, you see trains that go 250 miles an hour. You see our trains that go chug, 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 like tracks that are 100 years old, right? We're like a third world country. So we're going to change it, folks. We're going to change it. We're going to change it. Now, just to end up, first of all, you know, I usually say, you're going to leave here, and you're going to go home, and you're going to say the country started running, and you're going to go out, and you're going to vote. I don't have to say that anymore. I can come back because I'll go back. But in November, you're going to go out, you're going to vote. It's going to be the greatest one you've ever done. The general election. We cannot take Hillary Clinton anymore. We cannot, we've had enough of Clinton. You know, again, NAFTA was given us, it was given to us by Clinton. That was a Clinton deal signed by Clinton, and it's been the most destructive thing. We can't take any more of the Clinton stuff, which is another 4 years of Barack Obama. You can't take it, folks. You want to have the minds flow about 50%. And when she said, recently, 2 weeks ago, and I watched it, I said, did she make a mistake? But when she said, she's going to close the miners and close the mines, I gotta say, you think she was kidding? And then she comes here 2 days ago, and she's begging for your vote. Well, I didn't really need that. I didn't really need that. So here's the story. We all had a good time tonight. Considering the subject matter is no good, you know, the subject matter stinks. I mean, our country's in trouble, so the subject matter is bad, but the subject matter will be good, because we are going to make America great again. It's going to be good. So I'll be here again before November. I'll be here again. We're going to take care of this. We're going to let some of those people in the next time. Let them. And I want to thank them for being here. They're hearing me on the street. They probably think it's a recording. But here's the story. We're going to start winning again. We don't win anymore. We don't win. I love you too. People are wow. West Virginia. And John Denver, by the way, was a friend of mine. He was a good guy. So we don't win anymore, but we're going to start winning again. And we're going to win with our military. You know, our military is just so popular. And remember this, West Virginia has a massive number, disproportionate to almost every other state, of veterans. And we're going to take care of our veterans. We are going to take care of our vets. Our vets are our great people, and we're going to take care of our vets because they have not been taken care of. In many cases, illegal immigrants are taking better care of than our vets, and that's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
We're going to start winning with our military. We're going to knock the hell out of ISIS, by the way. We're going to take care of our vets. Our educational system is going to get so much better. It is a disaster right now. We're getting it. We're bringing it.
Yeah.
use our great business people to make our trade deals. They die to do it. They don't want to do it. And what do they do? So we're going to take these horrible trade deals that are made by people that have absolutely no right to be dealing with the top people of China, the top people of Japan. These are political hacks, and we're taking it away. And we are going to make, instead of these horrible deals, we're going to make unbelievable trade deals that bring jobs and money and economics back to our country.
There you go. Yeah.
So you got to remember, in November, seems a long time away, but it's not far at all. And I'll be back, I'm sure more than once or twice even, because this is a very important state to live in. For you, your family, your friends, you're all going to get out there vote. And I will tell you, you will look back and you will say it was the single greatest vote you ever cast. America will be waiting again. Will be America first. We'll start winning, and you're going to be very proud. And for those miners, get ready because you're going to be working your asses off.
Yeah. It's your time to go sing with the president.
We're leaving the Trump rally here. We're going to Wawa now. I'm going to get me some free electronics because I'm a little prick.
And now we're gonna go watch Attack on Titans.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Trump, Titans.
Yeah, there you go.
There's cops. I'm scared. Gotta go. Go left.